Hello everybody, I hope you're doing really well. Today I'm filming a video that I've been wanting to film for quite a while actually, and it is a comparison video between these two Chic Sparrows. This is the Mr. Darcy leather and this is the Creme leather, both of which are absolutely stunning and seem to be like the top favourites for Chic Sparrow. When people are buying their Sparrows, they seem to go usually with this leather or this leather, so I thought I would compare them since I'm lucky enough to have the two. This one here I bought from a buy sell trade page on Facebook. It was second hand, or third hand actually, because I'm the third owner of it, so it's been quite pre-loved before I purchased it, and I knew how scuffed it was before I got it. However, it is quite a bit more scuffed up and scratched since it's been in my hands. I've taken it to a couple of places with me and it's been in my bag, and everybody knows, if you know of Chic Sparrow and their Mr. Darcy leather, just how scratched up their leather gets. And I'm going to do a bit of a scratch test for you just to show you how bad this thing gets scratched up, but you can kind of see the back there and the front, and it is a beautiful leather, and it's such a difficult leather to photograph. See, on the camera now it looks really brown, but it's actually almost a bit purple. It's got like almost like a purple red undertone. It's a real deep burgundy colour, a real true burgundy colour. However, on most photographs and videos it seems to come up more brown, which is a shame because the red in it is beautiful. And this here is my B6, which is my more recent one, and this one was new to me, although it has got a few scuffs already and scratches. Just in case you've never seen these two sizes together before and you're interested, this is a narrow, also known as a standard size, and this is just a classic B6, so you can kind of get a feel for the sizes. There you go. And this is classic with no extras. This one has stitching, white stitching all the way around the edges, and it is stamped with blessed. Chic Sparrow no longer do this kind of inscription. Now they do, I think it's like a laser inscription that they do, which just means that the inscription will be a bit more permanent than this will be. Now I'm going to show you the differences in the thickness of the leather. So this is the Mr. Darcy leather, and this is the Creme leather. I hope you can see if it'll focus. I'll try and get it to focus a bit better. There you go, that's a little bit more focused for you. So if you can see, the Creme leather is a little bit thicker. In my opinion, it's quite a bit thicker than the Mr. Darcy leather. However, even though the Creme leather is a lot thicker, it is a lot more floppy and pliable, and it's difficult to show just how kind of pliable it is on the camera. You don't really get a proper feel for it until you actually feel it yourself, but I'll just kind of show you the difference. Can you see? This just molds so much easier. This is without putting a lot of pressure on, and this is quite stiff. It's quite a stiff leather. And both of these have been rolled, so you can see if I bring it closer, these little wrinkles all the way here just show that it has been rolled. Another difference is how smooth and shiny the Mr. Darcy is. You can see just the sheen from the light. I've got the light here in front of me, and you can just see how it reflects on the leather because it's so shiny. The more you use it, the kind of shinier that it gets, which I quite like. I do like the shiny look. My first Traveller's Notebook was from Meadowgate Leather, and all of their TNs tend to have this kind of sheen to it, and I do really like that. I also really love this colour, the Burgundy Mr. Darcy. Unfortunately, it has been discontinued from Chic Sparrow. They no longer do this colour, but they do the Odyssey range, which is with this leather, and they also do the Toffee, and they do a really beautiful light brown. It's almost like a caramel colour. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, for some reason I've forgotten, but they are all really stunning leathers. I was really gutted when I found out that they weren't going to keep producing this colour anymore, because I would have loved to have gotten it in a B6 size. It's definitely a leather that I would like to get again in a B6 size, but obviously since they don't do this colour anymore, I think I would probably go with the toffee. I think it's just such a beautiful classic colour. I know that Jennifer, who owns Chic Sparrow, have said that that is one of her favourites as well. It's just a stunning traveller's notebook. Another wonderful quality about this leather is, although some people don't like the scuffs and the scratches, they really do tell a story. I know that most of these scuffs are from when I went on a trip with my boyfriend, and you kind of just remember where those scuffs have come from, when they've been in your bag and things like that, when you've been carrying it around. So I'll just show you some of the scratches here. See, I've got some dents. I've got this huge one here. This is one of the latest ones, which I was quite upset about. Actually, I didn't want this, but it's there and it's not going to go away. That's just one of the qualities with this leather, and that's okay. Every leather is so different. They also have really different smells as well. People have said that the Darcy seems to have quite a chemical smell, and I wouldn't say it's a chemical smell. I actually quite like the smell, but I think I do prefer the smell of the Creme. But I do really love them both so much, and I would definitely get this leather again, just in a size that I'm using, which is currently a B6. I'm no longer using this size, which is a shame, because obviously this is the standard size. This is the size that the original Midori is in, but it's just too narrow and too long for me. I've mentioned it before, but it really reminds me of like a list pad, you know, those long, tall, skinny list pads. And I'm just not comfortable with this size. It's not wide enough for me. Moving on to the chocolate creme. Now this is, as I've mentioned before, like the best leather ever. It's my perfect leather. I think it is absolutely beautiful, and I'm just going to show you some of the scars that it has on it. It is aged so beautifully just after having it since October. It is absolutely stunning, and I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see, but it's got this stunning scar that runs all the way across the leather, as you can see. And then there's like a smaller one here, and it's got so many tiny little scars on it. I wonder if you'll be able to see. This one here is a scuff that I got while this notebook was in Greece with me, so I think that's quite a nice little memory with a scar there. It's got some little bite marks here. There's quite a cluster of bite marks there, if you can see. There you go, that's better in focus. So there's quite a few bite marks here. There's a lot of these tiny faint little scratches here, which are just more scars from the leather. And on the back there's loads here, loads of these little bite marks, and some more here and here. And some people would be really disappointed with a piece of leather like this because of the scars and all of the natural markings, but I absolutely love it. I think it makes it so unique and just very special to me. When I bought this Traveller's Notebook, I requested in the notes section that I wanted it to have medium texture, and I didn't really realise, but what I wanted was pebbling, some pebbles in the leather, and I don't actually have a lot of pebbles. I've got a few kind of here, and the most it's like textured with pebbles is around here, but not as much as I would have liked, and I wish I'd known the right kind of wording to put in the little notes section rather than just medium texture, because then I think I would have got a bit more of what I wanted. But this has really grown on me, and one of the reasons that it has grown on me so much is because of the unusual scarring. I just think it's beautiful, and I just love the fact that it runs all the way through the notebook. And also most of the pebbling is here on the spine. You can see that, which is a shame, because I'd really like it if there was a bit more throughout, but I absolutely love it, and it's mine, and it just makes me really proud and happy to have it. The smell of the creme leather is unlike anything I've ever smelt before. It is incredible. It is the most beautiful leather smell I've ever smelt. It is really wonderful. And when I first bought this, I was quite disappointed, because before I bought this I had a narrow one, so the same size as this, but in this leather, and I'd bought it second hand, and it had this amazing smell. It was incredible, and I sold it so I could fund for other things. And then when I got this one that was brand new, I was quite disappointed that it didn't have that smell. It wasn't quite like the other one. However, since I've used this one a lot more now that it's not brand new, it's definitely developing more of that smell, and it's so nice. And I wonder if it's because I've been using it that it's I don't know, kind of softening up and releasing that smell. I don't know, but there's just something about it that's just so lovely, and I highly recommend both of these leathers if you want a stunning leather from Chic Sparrow. Both of them are incredible. You can't go wrong. It just depends on your personal preferences, whether you like scratches or not, whether you like thickness, whether you want it to be quite squishy and pliable. I never understood when people spoke about travelers notebooks and used the word delicious. Like, I just thought, how can a travelers notebook, how can a piece of leather be delicious unless you're eating it? But since having this one, I can totally understand why people use that word, and I too use that word myself when describing this traveller's notebook, because it really is beautiful. Right, because I don't mind babying my traveller's notebooks, I don't mind doing a little bit of a scratch test for you if you're interested. So I'm just going to scuff the back of this just to show you how easily it scratches and what it looks like. There you go, so you can see I've just made that one there. That's how easy it scratches, and I wasn't putting a lot of pressure. I was just using my thumbnail to just scrape along. See another one there. All you have to do is look at the Mr. Darcy leather and it will scratch. However, with the Creme, it really doesn't scratch at all, and when it does, there you can see, if you just rub it lightly, it's gone. And if I go back to this one, if I rub it, it doesn't make any difference. Those scratches are not going to go away. So that is my little comparison of these two Chic Sparrows. As always, I really recommend Chic Sparrow. Their customer service is fantastic. Their travelers notebooks are incredible. They are so beautiful and top quality. Thanks so much for watching my video, guys. As always, I really appreciate it. Bye!